A close-up smile, an invitation. It can signal warmth, it can signal safety, it can signal a shared humanity. Most people instinctively trust a smile. This is a survival mechanism, a social shorthand. It lets us build tribes and form alliances quickly. We are drawn to pleasant faces and agreeable words, like a moth to a flame. But not all light is meant to guide. Some light is designed to lure. A smile can be a tool. For some, it is the most effective weapon. It is a mask worn to conceal a much colder intention. What appears soft is often the most dangerous. The power of charm is not mystical. It is biological. When someone shows us kindness, praises our work, laughs at our jokes, our brain responds with a predictable chemical reaction. It releases neurotransmitters like dopamine and oxytocin. Dopamine is linked to pleasure and reward, making us feel good and wanting more. Oxytocin is often called the bonding hormone, fostering trust, empathy, and connection. This neurochemical cocktail lowers our defenses. It makes us feel safe and open. Our critical thinking is gently sedated, replaced by a warm haze of acceptance. A skilled manipulator does not need a neuroscience degree. They have learned by careful observation and practice. They know which buttons to press. A well-placed compliment acts like a key, turning a lock in the brain. They mirror another's body language, speech patterns, emotional state, creating instant subconscious rapport. This technique, isopraxism, produces an uncanny sense of familiarity and comfort. This person is just like me, the target thinks. I can trust them. This is not a conclusion reached through logic. It is a chemical state engineered by the manipulator. The process is slow and incremental. Small acts, shared secrets, a thread woven into obligation and trust. The friendly predator hunts in environments where trust is a currency. They're often found in boardrooms, at social gatherings, and increasingly in the disembodied world of online interactions. At a business meeting, they do not argue with force. They listen intently, nod in agreement, and then subtly reframe a colleague's idea as their own, praising the colleague for their inspiration. They build alliances not through superior logic, but through personal connection, remembering birthdays, asking about family, offering support on minor projects. These small investments in goodwill pay large dividends when it is time to move. Colleagues see a team player, not a strategist maneuvering for position. At a social event, they distribute smiles and light conversation like currency, making you feel like the only person in a crowded room. They lean in, maintain intense eye contact, and ask probing, personal questions that create rapid intimacy. You have a quiet strength most people probably miss, they might say, vague enough for anyone, specific enough to feel personal. Online, the charm is distilled, words and images. The manipulator curates a perfect digital persona. Posts blend vulnerability, inspiration and achievement to attract and engage. Targeted messages become masterpieces of flattery, praising wit, intelligence or creativity from a few public posts. They create a fantasy of connection, exhilarating and real, maintained by distance. They give attention, praise, a minor favor, and later ask for your support, an introduction, a questionable project. Each step a calculated dance toward their chosen destination. A powerful cognitive bias the charmer exploits is the halo effect, the mind's tendency for one positive trait to cast a glow over all others. If a person is physically attractive, we assume they are intelligent, kind, trustworthy. If they speak with confidence and eloquence, we infer competence and honesty. The charming predator understands this shortcut and invests heavily in polishing their halo, dress impeccably, practice their speech, cultivate an aura of success and self-assurance. This first impression acts as a shield, deflecting scrutiny and doubt. Once the halo is in place, it becomes difficult for others to see the shadow it casts. All subsequent actions are filtered through the halo. A mistake is an uncharacteristic lapse, a flash of cruelty, a bad day, a misunderstanding. In groups, the effect amplifies. Win a few key people, and social proof reinforces belief. To question the favourite is to risk the group. They mimic posture, tone, and opinions, a mirror of charm that triggers belonging. They become a blank canvas for your best qualities. You are not admiring them, you are admiring a reflection of yourself. The ultimate flattery. And almost impossible to resist. Though their performance is often flawless, the mask will show cracks under pressure. To protect yourself, learn to see subtle inconsistencies. One sign is in the eyes. Genuine warmth engages the whole face. A Duchenne smile. A forced smile moves only the mouth. Beware the cold, the vacant, or the watchful eye. Notice the dissonance. A bright smile with dead eyes. A glimpse of machinery behind the facade. Another sign is velocity. Real connection builds slowly. False charm arrives in a sudden flood. Love bombing meant to overwhelm. Watch patterns, not promises. They deliver on small, visible favours that polish their image, but fail on larger commitments that require sacrifice. Their generosity is an investment, not a gift. If the praise feels too good to be true, it is bait, a down payment on future control. The primary defense is not aggression, but awareness. Accept that charm can be used as a weapon. That knowledge is a shield. Observe with healthy skepticism. Reserve judgment. When you feel the pull, pause. Create space and time. Manipulators thrive on momentum. If rushed, say, "I need some time to think about that." Slow the rhythm. Illusions fade over time. Establish and enforce boundaries. Politely but firmly say no. "I am not comfortable discussing that. I am not able to help with that right now." Do not isolate. Keep friends, family, trusted colleagues. An outside perspective is invaluable. "It sounds like he is being very controlling. Her compliments sound a bit insincere." That reality check can break the spell. In the end, the purpose of false charm is control. The smile that lied was a calculated maneuver, a tool to disarm, to influence, to bend your will. A theft of autonomy so deft you might hand it over. But power built on illusion is fragile. Knowledge is a shield, awareness a weapon. Once you learn the signs and the mechanics of the game, the weapon of charm loses its edge. You cannot be so easily deceived. Do not grow cold, keep your warmth, and guard your gates. Appreciate the glitter. Ask if it is gold. In these moments, pause, look, question. The charmer's power lives in your unconscious reaction. Your conscious response reclaims it. The smile that lied wins only in the dark. Choose to see.